Welcome here today, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of NASCAR Heat 5 on the channel. Today, our first of two races on a double-header Thursday. Of course, the only one with this game, NASCAR Heat 5. And we come your way at Road America, the first road course race of the season for the NASCAR Xfinity Series side. We're going to get ready for session qualifying as we usually do here on the road courses. See where Kyle Busch will qualify. After yesterday's win, or I should say wins in general on the channel, but back-to-back wins now for Kyle Busch. Busch got the win at Daytona in that 50-lap event last night. It was a pretty good showing. And without further ado, we're going to hop into qualifying here. 2 laps in the opening round. And we'll see how this is gonna go.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
Mont 25. Welcome to the stream. Ashton G, welcome to the stream. So, yeah, obviously NASCAR Thunder 2004 is supposed to come to the channel later today. I will be hard at work at the end of this stream trying to make sure everything's ready and set to go for that one. I don't know if it's going to work out very well. I had high hopes up until today, and I was trying from the time I got home from the golf course for about the last 2.5 to 3 hours. And I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's very tough. I don't know if I need like another memory card that's gonna hold more data for the online, because whatever the case is, it's just not working out too well. The game showed up on the TV perfectly fine. It has since I got it. Might need your guys' help in the chat today to kind of do it. I was doing a couple test streams to see how it was going to work, and I don't know. Camera, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the camera. I'm worried about the actual like appearance and how to actually stream off of it. We got business to deal with here in this one today, so we'll worry about this race first and foremost. Looks like the car's got a lot of grip here for Kyle Busch. With this being the first road course race of the year, we do know the points leader, Austin Cindric, is a very, very good road course racer. He comes in with an 11-point lead over Kyle Busch. It is the slimmest lead he has had in the points standings since the third race of the season. We're at race 12. And Cindric has been the points leader ever since that second race of the year in which he won at Charlotte. But Kyle Busch has reeled him in after back-to-back wins. He's got 2 laps to try and get to the top 12 here in qualifying. Make it into that 10-minute final round. Four-mile road course here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. The longest not only road course in any of the 3 series, but the longest track in distance in any of the top 3 series in NASCAR as Busch goes a little wide. That's going to mess up this opening lap. He had a pretty good lap going up until then. Oh, man. Warm-up lap for Kyle Busch wasn't bad at all, getting up to speed and getting through these corners. He's struggling on this first lap. He's going to run one more anyway. And he's definitely going to have to pick up the pace if he's going to want a good shot to get to the top 12 and at least advance himself into the next round. Yep, this is the NASCAR Cup Series hat. I got it on the shop. I think now they have a different color. I don't know if they have these gray ones available anymore, but I saw the look. It was kind of old school, so I bought it. I'm a hat guy, as you guys know. Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream. Ghost Destroyer, welcome to the stream also. So 2 minute 11 second .754 on lap 1. Not a great time by Kyle Busch if he wants to get to the top 12. He's got 2 cars that are up in front of him. I'm not sure if he's going to catch them or not by the end of this lap, but we'll see. Justin Haley top of the charts with a 2 minute 10 second lap, about a full second quicker than what Kyle Busch ran in his opening lap. But again, Kyle's lap was not that fast. He went wide off a couple corners. Maybe shouldn't have downshifted there to second. Kyle maybe just pushing the limits here a little too much. Not bad through that little lip. Shouldn't be a bad lap here for Kyle Busch. We'll see what his lap time's going to be. A lot better. 209.162. That is fast enough to make it to the final round, the second and final round of session qualifying. Daniel Hemrick top of the charts in round 1. Austin Cindric will make it to the final round as well with Kyle Busch. Busch finished 10th in the opening round. No problem there, Ghost Destroyer.
Time to go.
So 10 minutes to try and set the quick time for today's race at Road America. Track position is key on these road courses. And these 12 drivers are going to have a shot to try and set that quick time. Kyle Busch has not qualified on the pole yet this season. It's actually going to be the first time he has a shot to qualify inside the top 10, it looks like. Just on his warm-up lap here. We'll see how this is going to work out for him. Track takes a little over 2 minutes to get 1 lap in, so just a 45-lap race here today. As far as the pit window goes, we'll likely have to make 2 pit stops. That's obviously going to depend on how the cautions might end up falling as well, of course. Car seems a little tight in that corner of the racetrack. I've noticed that in round 1, the couple laps we ran there. Really hooked the curbing well for the little kink. Again, very long, high-speed road course that the NASCAR Xfinity Series races on. Called 88, welcome to the stream. Into the final corner, Kyle Busch going to push it really hard. Longest straightaway of the racetrack. steep uphill coming to the start finish line to start lap 1 of our second round of qualifying. Already about a quarter of the round has gone by. Busch into turn 1. Hard 90 right-hander. This racetrack is full of hard 90s as far as the angling of the turns, both for right and left-handed turns. There's a couple of them right there at the start of the lap. Then you have the second longest straightaway of the racetrack. Davion West, welcome to the stream. Usually perform well on the road courses, but we're going to need to hit our marks perfectly today, and it all starts off in this second session of qualifying, trying to hopefully get to the pole. We'll have to wait and see. Kyle trying to time that corner up a little bit better. Again, that is probably his worst corner on the racetrack through qualifying. We'll have to see compared to other drivers during the course of the race how it might work out. So we get to the finishing corners now. Final 3 turns on the racetrack. Got a lot of clearance in front of him. Nobody really behind him, putting a lot of pressure on him to hit his marks. So Kyle Busch all by himself. It's what he wants to see here in this session qualifying. A lot easier for cars to get spaced out on this road course in particular, because again, over 2 minutes to get around this 4-mile racetrack. Thanks, Ghost Destroyer. 45 laps in the race today called. 2:09.096, faster than either of the 2 laps that were placed in round 1 for Kyle Busch. And we'll see if he can pick up the pace here on lap 2. Top of the charts, Noah Gragson, 2:08.045. Solid lap there by Noah Gragson. Jeremy Clements up to second. Anthony Hanley, welcome to the stream. Yep, first road course of the season for the Xfinity Series. And no matter how good Kyle Busch seems to be in these Xfinity Series cars, and the fact that we do have 5 wins now through the first 11 on the season, being second in points and the points leader, Austin Cindric being a very good road course racer, probably the best road course racer in the Xfinity Series. This is going to be really tough for Kyle Busch to hang on to here today and to try and put a lot of pressure on him. Kyle's likely going to hit pit road this time. He was planning on doing it on some of these laps, and the start of this lap hasn't been that great in all reality. So he's going to put 4 fresh tires back on it. Maybe try to loosen it up just a hair. Get back out on the racetrack here for the final lap or 2. He's hoping. Already under 4 minutes to go, as by the time we even get to pit road. Kyle Busch still sitting 4th right now, not bad with less than 4 minutes to go. Oh man, look at him, really late to the braking zone, but again, at least this lap wasn't going to count anyway. Kyle was going to bring it to pit road. 40 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit today. Trying to find out where exactly that commitment line is, so it's good that he's able to practice this in qualifying, because there was no practice for today's race. So 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel coming here. If you go to single player, go to the Cup Series, it says Josh Bilicki's the best driver on Speedways. That's funny. That's hilarious. wouldn't say Kyle's necessarily struggling in qualifying because he did make it to the round of 12 here. The second and final round, but 15-second flat pit stop there. An awkward pit stop, of course, serving. Oh, man, he's coming out on the track right in front of Alex LeBay, another good road course racer. Here and there, he's had good cars. This might be his best shot to get a win this season. Is on these road course races to find his way into the playoffs. And Kyle gets to kind of follow his line here. So we'll see what he can do. Kyle's sitting 4th right now. He's definitely picked up the pace from where he was in round number 1. So again, no struggling. He did not make an adjustment on pit road there. But Kyle's struggling right now. He's got to hustle because he might not even get another complete lap in. Remember, this is kind of his warm-up lap coming out of pit road. But he kind of gets to see what a road course ringer is able to do around this racetrack. Where he loses time, where he gains time. What can he do to adjust his timing in some of these very harsh corners, high braking zones all the way around this racetrack. Really see LeBay's car sliding out quite a bit in the center of this very, very long corner. Got to be really patient on the throttle and not get into the gas soon or too soon. 1 minute to go. Kyle should be able to get to the start-finish line, but he's only going to have time, obviously, to run 1 lap. And he did a very good job braking there on Alex LeBay. And he kind of needs to try to get around him as quick as he can. If he can get around him, that would be huge. Oh, it's a really tight corner to make the pass, and he does clear him off the exit of the corner, trying to drive away. So Kyle timed it perfect. He got around him on his warm-up lap. Kyle Busch will have 1 lap now to try and set the quick time. High braking zone, turn 1, all the way down to less than 80 miles an hour at one point. Hit the corner perfectly. First 2 turns so far so good for Kyle Busch to try and set the quick time. And now LeBay's got to hope that he can kind of run down Kyle, but hopefully Kyle stays far enough ahead of him that it won't cost LeBay any sort of time on his lap here. Kyle's got the potential to get a good lap going here. 3 turns so far so good. Using all the racetrack there, using that curbing off the exit of the corner. He's really pulling away from Alex LeBay. That was as good as Kyle Busch has gotten through that really, really long corner on the racetrack. Throughout both rounds of qualifying, this is looking like Kyle Busch's best lap he has ran in qualifying yet. But he's got to pick up the pace by over a second to get to the lead. A little bit of a bobble there. Now hard on the brakes. That might cost him a little bit of time. We'll see. Kyle's got 2 more turns to go. Final turn. Went into that corner pretty hot. Carried enough speed. Used a little bit of that excess pavement off that extra curbing lane. B, welcome to the stream. Kyle Busch at the line. 2:07.633. That is going to be close. Not quite. Second place for Kyle Busch. He picked up the pace a ton on that lap, but Daniel Hemrick will qualify on the pole, sweeping both rounds of qualifying with a 2:07.392, so by just less than 0.3 of a second. Kyle Busch will qualify second, but he does pick up the pace. Points leader Austin Cindric qualifies seventh in this one. So here we go nonetheless. The Henry 180 at Road America. Tommy Joe Martin's looking pretty fast. He qualified top 10 for today's race. Cesar Baccarella going to be towards the back for most of the race. And Daniel Hemrick, of course, put up good times, it looks like, in qualifying and practice, because Daniel Hemrick looks like he could be the guy to beat here today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in as we get set. Daniel Hemrick will lead the field to the green flag. We're underway at Road America in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Busch had to make sure the leader led back to the line to start the race. Now has the advantage going into turn one with it being a right-handed corner. Trying to outbrake and outshift Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick with the crossover now. And Hemrick's going to have the advantage down into turn two. Still side by side. And Hemrick clears Kyle Busch off of turn two as these top two cars try to pull away. They're side by side from third on back with Jeremy Clements, Noah Gragson. Clements' only career Xfinity win came at Mid-Ohio on a road course race a couple seasons ago. Busch trying to outbrake Hemrick into turn three, and he passes him. Power move by Kyle Busch to get to the lead on the opening lap. Some corners Hemrick's going to be better, some corners Busch is going to be better. Busch goes a little wide off of turn four. Now into five. Hemrick to the outside trying to make the pass, and he passes Busch around the outside. In turn five, what a move. Kyle goes back at him again. Oh man, barely clearing him there. This is great racing on the opening lap. Hemrick all over the back bumper of Kyle Busch. Noah Gragson, who got into third there, able to close in on the top two. Hemrick is looking to the inside. Busch holds him off again. He's finishing 2 to 3 corners, seem to be Kyle Busch's best on the racetrack. Where he's really got to take advantage. Not that bad in turn one either. Kind of pull away from Hemrick in those finishing corners. So despite Hemrick starting on the pole, it'll be Kyle Busch leading lap one at Road America here today. He's got a shot to get the points lead. 11 points behind Cindric coming into this race. He's not letting points through the first 11 races. This is now race 12. But he's got the clean air advantage, and that's why Hemrick and Busch were battling so hard on that opening lap of the race. Why battle that hard on lap one? That is exactly why. It's so hard to pass on these road courses, as once we got up to speed, a couple corners in, it's really tough for Hemrick to get back around Busch, even though he's all over his back bumper a couple of times. He's almost got to wait for Kyle to make a mistake. Definitely going to be a fun watch here today to see how these leaders all race one another. Hemrick, of course, has not won yet this season, but he has been consistent lately. Going into the Daytona race, he had back-to-back top 5 finishes, finished 3rd and 5th in those 2 races. Didn't have a good run at Daytona, but with that being a super speedway, he comes back at a road course, very challenging road course nonetheless at Road America. Somewhat tighter racetrack, and Kyle Busch, he's challenging the points leader, Kyle Busch, for the race win if this keeps up throughout the course of the day. And of course he qualified on the pole nonetheless, so that is huge as well for Daniel Hemrick in that 18. How about Noah Gragson? He's keeping up with the top 2. Once he broke away into 3rd all by himself, he hasn't won the season quite yet, so don't count Noah Gragson out of this one. Busch will lead the first 2 laps. Hemrick kind of picked up the pace on that second lap compared to where he was at the end of lap 1 on Kyle. About 0.2 of a second. Gained entirely on that lap for Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick really closed in turns 3 and 4 there. He is all over Kyle Busch. Hemrick got a really good drive off turn 5. Into the short kink in 6. Hard on the brakes. Now uphill. Mini carousel. Busch really gets a good drive up that little hill into the final corner. Again, that's where he pulled away from Hemrick, because Hemrick was closing the gap there for a little bit in the center of the lap. Come lap end, Hemrick does run a slight bit faster of a lap than Busch again. Just like lap 2, he inches closer by about 1/10 of a second over the course of the whole lap. It was 0.2 the prior lap. He's really beating Kyle Busch through those middle corners on this racetrack. That's where he's gaining the most time. Kyle just needs to do his part, not worry about Hemrick too much, and just hit his marks consistently. And we'll see where the race will take him from that point on. And here comes Hemrick right back at Kyle Busch once again. Oh, Kyle messed up getting into the corner. Very fortunate that time. It looked like for a quick moment he kind of slid the tires, getting hard on the brakes. It almost looked like Kyle Busch was going to slide the tires too much and it was going to allow Daniel Hemrick to get on by him, but it wasn't the case. Kyle was still able to get the car to rotate, luckily. Fastest lap of the race. 207.655 by Kyle Busch that last time, and he gained about 1/10 or 2 on Hemrick. We'll have to see as the tires get older and older how that's going to play into effect too. B, I'm supposed to do NASCAR Thunder 2004 later today. Originally, I was shooting for about 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but now I'm not exactly sure what time I'm going to get that started today. So just kind of be on the lookout for it. So we'll be doing the Bud Shootout. I just got to try to make sure everything's working properly with the streaming. Might have to try to do a test stream at some point in time before we actually get started, if I'm able to. I really want to stream it. If I can't, we might just have to upload it, but then I have to figure out how to do that. And PS2 is just a whole different console. I've never had to really deal with it in the streaming and uploading aspect of it, so I'll try my best. I'll try to keep you guys updated as I can. Will we get the Bud Shootout today no matter what? I hope so. I'm 80% sure. I would lean towards yes. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I can't get it to go though. Hemrick gained a ton that last lap. 5 laps complete, 40 laps to go. Hemrick all over Kyle Busch into turn 1. I like donuts, welcome to the stream. Yeah, again, you guys are just going to kind of have to be on the lookout for how that might go about and how that might end up working. But I will, as soon as this race comes to an end, I'm going to work my hardest on it and try to get it at or near 5 o'clock if at all possible. And if not, I'm just going to keep working at it until I get it. So Hemrick kind of putting up a fight with Kyle Busch right now. That last lap, Hemrick probably ran his fastest lap of the race than Kyle Busch. Although he ran a decent lap. That 8 car gets the clean air advantage and can actually pass Kyle Busch if Kyle makes a mistake. That could be huge. So he got right to the back bumper there into the short chute. Again, a very narrow road course. Fairly tough to pass. Pressure on Kyle Busch. Busch runs a little wide. But he beat Hemrick back to the gas. He's able to hold on. He backed up that final corner quite a bit, trying to beat Hemrick back to the gas. Trying to break the draft now that Hemrick might have had on Kyle Busch. Working on your road courses in Fortnite. Take a look at the tire wear here. 61% on the left front. More left-handed turns than more right-handed turns than left-handed turns around this racetrack, and that's why you're seeing the left side tires wear out just a bit more than the right sides, especially the left front versus the right front. Not a lot of rear wheel spin, and that's why the rear tires are kind of keeping up with one another. Top 2 have pulled away slightly from Gregson. Everybody from 4th on back. Jeremy Clements, Michael Annette on back. Doesn't look like contenders, at least early in the race. Kyle's just got to go as far as he can without making a mistake today, because again, he doesn't want to get that clean air, clean traffic to Daniel Hemrick. Especially on this long course. We have a while until we get to lap traffic if we have that long of a green flag run. And you almost have to consider possibly having this race go caution-free, depending on what might end up happening with the rest of these AI cars. Hemrick gets off into that short chute really, really well. Kyle's beating him every now and then, but not consistently. He hasn't quite figured it out completely on how to gain the most time out of there. Those finishing corners, Kyle pulled away quite a bit that time on Hemrick, unlike the lap prior. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. It's going to be a 2 pit stop race today at least. We cannot make it on fuel on 1 stop. Got about 17 to 18 laps we can go on fuel at the most. If we took it to the end of the fuel run, it's a 45 lap race, so at least a 2 stopper. And Kyle wants to run as long as he can, but if the tires start to wear out too much, he might have to try and short pit that way. But you would hate to have a caution come out and lose all that track position. He would obviously stay out when everybody else comes into the pits, and Busch is going to overrun the hard 90 left-handed turns. He tries to beat Hemrick back to the gas, but obviously he couldn't. Took the wide route through the grass, and now Hemrick is all over Kyle Busch, but that was the opportunity for Hemrick to strike, and he just couldn't do it. How did Kyle Busch hang on to the lead there? First mistake he's made all race. And here comes Hemrick fighting again. Busch blocks him off. Hemrick got alongside of him, but then Busch kind of had the advantage into that longer, flat right-handed turn by having the inside line, and he got a better drive off the exit, beating Hemrick back to the gas, and he hangs on. Kyle very, very fortunate to hold on to the lead there, but that was as close of a call as he has had today. Those two have raced really hard with one another, but they have not made contact, at least to this point. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. 37 laps to go. Lap 9. And long laps around this long road course, but only 45 total in the race today. No sign of the points leader, Austin Cindric, who did qualify 7th for this race today. Good road course ringer himself. Daniel Hemrick definitely impressing here after qualifying on the pole, but Busch has led the first 8 laps today. He made a large mistake on the last lap, but he was able to hold on to the lead barely. Accidentally dropped it to first gear. Ace, we're supposed to start the stream at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time later today for NASCAR Thunder 2004, but I don't know if I could stream it at the same time either. It's really unpredictable. That's what I was shooting for, but I really, really badly want to get that out for you guys as promised. I'm having a tough time trying to figure out how I'm going to actually stream it and record the gameplay on that system on a PlayStation 2, because I don't know if I can do it straight off of there. I have confidence, though, that I can get it out. I'm going to have to figure out how to stream it through my laptop, that's for sure. It's just a matter of how I'm going to be able to do it. Might need to end up running to Best Buy and grabbing some parts and pieces if I need. Problem is, the closest Best Buy to me is like half hour. I'll give it my best shot though, I can guarantee you guys that. Worst case scenario, if we don't get it out today, we'll definitely have it tomorrow, is we have a car up in smoke. Cesar Baccarella in the 90 as Busch just blows right by him full speed. I mean, he had to have been going close to 180 miles an hour as he got around him. Hemrick checked up slightly to get around him there. No caution, we stay green. Hopefully nobody runs into the back of him. He's got a long ways to go, at least a couple miles to get to pit road. Busch was able to gap Hemrick a slight bit because of that. We are using the controller here today. Hemrick is still fighting back though. Within a half a second. Wow, look at that run he got through that short chute again. And that quickly he pulls to the back bumper of Kyle Busch. Kyle's made one mistake, and again, that was the opportunity for Hemrick to get through, and I still don't know how he didn't pass Kyle Busch. Kyle, I'm pretty sure, is very fortunate that there was no sand in the area on that corner that he could have gotten stuck in also. Just under a second lead at the line, 10 laps in the books, 35 laps to go. Left front tire down to 37% tire wear. Remember, we get down to 30% below. That left front tire being worn out alone is going to make this whole car very, very unstable. And although Busch is hitting his marks for the most part here, he didn't quite get the power down quite as quickly as he wanted to there. Wasn't a terrible corner. Hemrick just ran a lot faster there. Yeah, the NASCAR Thunder 04 stream is supposed to be about 5 o'clock later today, Eastern Standard Time. Again, doubleheader on the channel today. But I'm not going to guarantee that will be the start time, but that's what I'm shooting for. Again, I need to try to figure out how to stream it. With being at work Monday through Wednesday, I couldn't even test it at all yet. So we might end up having to do like a test stream before just to make sure everything's running properly and then restart the stream, something of that nature. So be on the lookout for it if it doesn't start right at 5 o'clock, because again, I would like it to be today if I can stream. I will try my damnedest. If Kyle can just fend him off and hit his marks through the middle portion of the racetrack, I think he can carry his own and pull back ahead enough to where Hemrick keeps having to play catch up with him, just as he did right there. %30 tire wear on that left front now, so from here on out to the end of the run, which we have about 5 more laps we can go on fuel until you'll see the first pit stops of the race, likely under green if we don't get a caution. So we'll have to wait and see if Daniel Hemrick going to give him a run for his money. Gregson's falling about 6.5 to 7 seconds off the lead back there in third, but if Hemrick and Busch start to battle with each other, don't count Gregson out. Jeremy Clement's about 27 seconds off the lead back in fourth. You can definitely tell the two fastest cars, at least right now, at the front of the field with the track position, with the actual speed in their race cars, is Kyle Busch and Daniel Hemric. Busch just trying to hold on corner by corner. Hemric putting the pressure on him. Kyle trying to let that not get to him. Focus on driving out of the windshield instead of the rear view mirror. Especially with the tires as old as they are. Well, Kyle was able to fend him off for one lap on those older tires. It almost seemed like it didn't really phase him much either. Oh, until right there. He saw a little bit of a slide. And that's only going to get worse and worse as the laps tick on here to the end of the run. But Busch still has the lead, so he'll obviously stay out of the pits here. The lead is just less than a second at the start-finish line. Still ran a 2:08.886, and lap traffic is in the near future. See, there was about 3 lap cars nose to tail, a few seconds out ahead of the leaders. That will play a factor also. Oh, Busch locks the tires into turn 3. Hangs on to it. Gotta be careful. Old tires, this race car not handling properly for Kyle Busch. He tries to fend off Daniel Hemric. He just gets to the finishing corners of the lap. He should be able to hold on for this lap. As long as the lap traffic doesn't get in his way. We'll see. Chad Fincham right now in 35th. First lap car that Busch will catch on this run. Man, he drove it in deep there to get to the back bumper of Fincham. Trying to get around him quickly. Oh, no! Busch got in the back of Fincham. Fincham kind of came down right in front of Busch and he couldn't check up in time. That little bit of contact is giving Hemric the opportunity. Busch slides the tires now. Kyle Busch slides the tires and Daniel Hemric will get to the lead. Wow. Right as that left front goes below 20% tire wear. Hemric trying to get around Fincham still. Down the longest straightaway of the racetrack. Busch stays out, trying to catch him right back. 32 to go. Hemric will lead his first lap of the race. That's the first lap Busch has not led in this one. Hemric gets around Fincham. Still 2 lap cars to go as Kyle Busch closes in again. Busch is running very hard, but also again trying to make it through the corners. Look at how deep he drives it into turn 3, or turn 2 rather, to get around Fincham, and he gets past him. Now to the back bumper of Daniel Hemric once again. And he's going to get around him. Into turn 3. Fincham will go a lap down now. Landon Castle in front of the leaders. Busch taking it easy there for a quick moment. Trying to figure out a way to get around Landon Castle. Cleanly at that. Couldn't do it there. Drives it in deep, but Castle closes the door. Landon trying to stay on the lead lap, so that's why he's battling the leaders as hard. Busch gonna outbrake him, clear him. And now 1 lap car in between the 2 leaders again. Busch hard into the wall. Kyle Busch locks the tires up and he hits the wall head on. Castle has to check up. Chad Little checks up. Wow, that car just snapped away from Kyle right there. And Hemrick takes the lead by quite a bit. Busch was just rolling along fine, leading the race. Heavy damage now to the 54. But he is still in this thing. Busch going to stay out. He's got Gragson right behind him here. 31 to go. Busch still trying to put as many laps on his tires as he can. Going to get around Fincham really quickly here. Look at him just sliding around like crazy. Heavy damage to the front of the 54 car. That is likely not going to be repairable. If it's more than 5 seconds of damage, Kyle Busch cannot repair that damage when he gets to pit road. He is very fortunate to still be in this race. Major problems for the race leader. It's amazing how much he just slid the tires there. He'd slid them a couple times before, but nowhere near that drastically. And we stayed green through all that too. Still no caution here today. Kyle's still cutting right back into that lead. You can tell Hemrick's stuck in lap traffic because Kyle's not as good as Hemrick through the middle portion of the racetrack, especially, I'd have to imagine, with the damage. And Busch is pulling away from Gragson still, despite the heavy damage to the race car. High-speed road course, so we're going to have to pay attention to that oil temperature as well. Make sure Kyle Busch isn't at risk of overheating. Really been nowhere close to overheating. And you can see Hemrick is caught up in heavy lap traffic here. Busch slides the tires again. That time he hangs on to it.
Go easy on the tires.
Kyle stays out for one more lap. So Kyle Busch will pit next time by. He'll stay out again. We'll likely see the race leader pit that time as well. Busch has 3 lap cars right in front of him now.
Easy on the tires, driver.
And this might let Noah Gragson right back into Kyle Busch. Busch can't even get around Mills there through turn number 2. Still side by side with him, and he is really lacking the straightaway speed he needs to power around these guys. Trying to side draft that 5 car, pulling him back. Busch is going to have an awkward angle into the next corner. Oh man, Mills really sent it in there. Busch goes 3 wide up the middle and outbreaks them all. Vaccarella trying to cross him over on fresher tires after pitting because of his flat tire earlier is why he was up in smoke. He obviously didn't have an engine issue if he's still in it.
Alright, we need fuel. Let's pit now.
He is already 2 laps down. Busch sideways. Hangs on to it. Behind Vaccarella. But again, Kyle will pit this time already 12 seconds off the lead. Well, Kyle's finally cleared Vaccarella that time, and there's no intentions of letting him back go again. So Daniel Hemrick is on pit road as we speak. Kyle Busch will be bringing it to pit road this time. Kyle going to try to gain as much time as he can. He's got to make sure he doesn't speed. 40 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit here. And he does not speed on the pit road. 14 seconds worth of damage that is not repairable for Busch under the 5-second damage policy. 30 laps to go, 29 this time by first pit stops of the day under green, as we are caution free up to this point at Road America. This is championship mode. I like donuts. Custom schedule for championship mode. Now, Busch had a 15-second stop in qualifying, which is actually really fast. Got into the grass, which spun. Gotcha. Yeah, well, I mean, I was loose before that, too, though. I don't know. It'll be something I'll have to really go back and look at. Gragson gained a ton of time in the pits on Kyle Busch. That was not the best pit stop by Kyle's team. Not too slow, but not the greatest either. He did gain a little bit of time on Hemrick. About 2.5 seconds. So Hemrick had the slowest pit stop of the top three. Looks like Gragson probably had the fastest. Shot a 78 today, Ghost Destroyer. 8 over par for 18 holes, not too bad. Had an eagle on a par 5, that was cool. On and 2, one putted from about 8 to 10 feet away. So this is the moment here. Kyle Busch, fresh tires, where he's at his best to hit his marks. With the third place car, Noah Gragson, breathing down his neck for second. And he's going to be losing drastic time here to Hemrick. He doesn't have to back these corners up anymore, but it is all offense here for Kyle Busch. With just 29 laps left and just one more pit stop here today, there's a good chance he's going to short pit this final pit stop of the race. And that is why he ran it as far as he could under that very first one. Trivia question, we'll get there eventually. Not sure what lap I'm going to do it on, but we'll get there eventually. Noah Gragson up to second place through the short chute, passes Kyle Busch. We're just going to have a hard time trying to keep up with him. Down the straightaways with the damage, a little contact, a bump and run. Oh, and he door slams Busch. Some of that was him just getting loose, but oh, and now he kind of runs a little wide, sends Busch off the racetrack saying, hey, I didn't like that bump and run a couple corners ago. And Noah Gragson hangs on to second place as Busch falters back to third, followed by Chase Briscoe in fourth, Harrison Merton, who rounds out the top 5. My goodness. CW2288, welcome to the stream. You see Chase Briscoe closing in on Kyle Busch as well, and Kyle's just going to have to hang on for every position he can. He's losing drastic time to the leaders. He is just not fast on this racetrack with the damage. Some road courses you can hang on to it. This one you cannot. There are way too many long straightaways where Kyle Busch needs the horsepower. He's very fortunate to still be in this race nonetheless. In third place. Shane Pinkney, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I've never really played Fortnite. I played it once with a buddy of mine, like at his house, but that's about it. I don't really play games like that necessarily. Chase Briscoe has caught Kyle Busch so quickly, and Harrison Burton's closing that interval down as well, back in 5th place. I mean, Kyle's going to hang on as long as he can on Briscoe, but it's not going to last long. It's not going to be much of a fight. We do have lap traffic in the near future. But look at that lead that Daniel Hemrick's got. He was going to be the guy to beat in Kyle Busch's eyes here today, that is for sure. 27 laps to go. Which actually got through turn 2 pretty well that time. Just trying to stay in front of the 98. Not let Briscoe get that clean air in front of him. Look at this heavy lap traffic. Best thing to give Kyle Busch a shot is a late race caution, but if he gets one now, that is probably going to be the worst thing for him, because as drivers aren't battling with lap traffic, he's going to lose time to a majority of the leaders in this race, at least throughout the top 10, it looks like, on raw speed at this point. So Kyle in trouble here, trying to go for 3 wins in a row on the season here today, and he's already behind the 8 ball. Handling still not that bad after the damage. It's simply just the lack of horsepower that is costing Kyle Busch time on the racetrack. These heavy lap cars. Oh, Nemechek a little wide there, and a little contact with Busch. That slowed him down some. Kyle really sent it in there on Nemechek, trying to block him off. Oh man, and Nemechek about turned him, and that is going to allow Chase Briscoe to get alongside the 54 of Kyle Busch. Briscoe up to 3rd. Noah Gragson not too far ahead. Briscoe's got his eyes set on 2nd place. Lap cars were side by side for a quick moment going into turn 1. Briscoe trying to get around the 78 of Vinnie Miller. Busch sends it 3 wide there through turn 2. Busch makes the pass. He's back up to 3rd place again on Briscoe. Daniel Hemrick has about a 29-second lead over 2nd place. Gragson struggling in the lap cars. Nice 3-car battle for 2nd place. About to be 4 soon as Harrison Burton is right there. Look at Kyle Busch undercutting the U-turn. Not the U-turn, but the hard 90 left-handed turn. Oh, contact with Jeff Green. A little bit of desperation shown by Kyle Busch to keep up with Gragson. And he's going to get around Green that time. Really good in the center of the corner that time by Busch. Gragson struggling to get around the 6 car of David Starr. Nice run to the short chute that time. Oh, Starr checked up big time there. He really let Gragson go. Once Gragson got alongside of him, Starr let him go down the long straightaway, and Busch to the back bumper again of Gragson. That time it was on accident. Kyle kind of slightly overran the corner. Garrett Master 2000, welcome to the stream, but I'm sure Gragson was not happy about that little bump. Once again, he's going to be racing Busch hard for 2nd place here. They pulled away slightly from both Briscoe and Burton. 25 to go, 20 laps in the books. Almost halfway home here in a couple laps. Hard into the braking zone in one, a little wide by Kyle Busch. There's still about 4 lap cars directly in front of second place Noah Gragson. Over 30 seconds off the race lead now with second place. Hemrick is absolutely dominating this one. Kyle Busch led about the first 12 to 13 laps. Hemrick took the lead and he has not looked back since. Big run into turn 3. Busch to the inside of Gragson for second. 2 lap cars side by side. Austin Hill, Ryan Sieg right in front of him, and here comes Briscoe. Pretty good road course racer in his own respect. Shooting the gap. Gragson aggressively side drafting right back on Busch. Gragson gets a little loose into that corner. Busch just going to tuck himself in line behind Gragson and in front of Briscoe. Smart move there. Trying to protect the position instead of going all in for second right now. Doesn't want Briscoe to get by him. That's going to make his job harder, and Briscoe got by him. Off the exit of the short chute, he beat him back to the gas. Chase Briscoe up to third. Kyle Busch has overran this corner a couple times today. Gets to the outside of Briscoe, kind of runs him up the racetrack. Slight bit of contact, just very hard to run side by side on these road courses. Busch has the advantage. He gets right back around Briscoe again, and he's going to send it into the final turn of the racetrack on Noah Gragson. And he clears him. Kyle Busch up to second. Very surprised he was able to get around. Now Briscoe to the outside of Gragson. Maybe Gragson trying to protect that line on the inside going into turn 1. 3-car battle for second continues. Busch trying to get to the inside of Austin Hill. Couldn't do it. He'll get around him in turn 3. 1 lap car in the rear view mirror. 3 more just ahead of him. Still to go. Ryan Sieg 5th in the point standings. No wins this season, but he's having a good, solid, consistent season. Just not today on this first road course race of the season. He's currently 25th. Riley Herbst as well. Another one of those guys in the top 10 in points. Outside the top 20 in this race. Herbst going to be able to cross over Busch. Couldn't clear him there. Oh, and he runs him up the racetrack. Busch tried to side draft him. Herbst went wide in the corner right into the side of Busch. And that allowed Ryan Sieg to get right back around Kyle, and he's barely able to hold off Noah Gragson. Look at the smoke coming out of the rear tires. Busch about overran the corner. And now contact with Ryan Sieg. And that lead has grown to about 40 seconds now for Daniel Hemrick. Busch all over the back of the 39 of Sieg, bumping him, just trying to get him out of the way here. And Busch overruns the short chute. He's in the wall. A slight kiss off the wall cost him a couple spots. Both Gragson and Briscoe get on by. Lap traffic is being a pain here today for the top 5. Outside of the race leader, Hemrick. And look at that pass. Busch got right back around Briscoe. Didn't think he was going to be able to do it there, but he did. Now looking for second again on Gragson. He's got it. Busch back up to second place again. Alistair Moore, welcome to the stream. 23 to go. Cross flags in the air when we hit the start-finish line this next time by. Busch trying to outbrake Sieg through turn 1. He does, and he clears him again. Now he outbrakes Riley Herbst through turn 2, and he'll get around him. Trying to stay right on Mike Harmon now. in the draft. Down to the inside of Harmon, a little side draft. Gonna try to outbrake him, and he will. So Kyle Busch has finally gotten around the 3 lap cars he needed to as he holds on to second. Chase Briscoe, meanwhile, up to 3rd place on Gregson. Harrison Burton about 3 seconds back, and Busch in 5th. And I believe Michael Annett would be the 6th place driver. Pave the grass on areas of the racetrack. Yeah, for sure. That would definitely help a lot. Most stock car tracks they do, but I don't know. I guess what kind of makes this racetrack unique compared to other road courses that NASCAR runs on. Less pavement, much tighter racetrack. Alistair, I'm 21 years old. Wow, Busch a little wide off that final corner. Luckily, he's got 4.5 seconds back to him. Where Briscoe, Gregson, and then again about another 1.5 seconds behind them is Harrison Burton. 52-second lead for Daniel Hemrick. Pick to win Talladega playoff race. Stenhouse, that's a good one. I've said from the start of the season, I have a suspicious feeling that Jimmy Johnson's final career win's going to come at Talladega in that very race. And I'm sticking with my guts here, especially as he gets closer. If he makes the playoffs, I think that would be more realistic. Just a suspicious feeling there. Daniel Hemrick has almost a 1-minute lead on Kyle Busch in second. Briscoe got away from the lap traffic about a half a lap ago, and he's running Kyle Busch down. He's only about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds behind him now. Gregson's still kind of struggling to get through the lap traffic up to this point. Austin Cindric, points leader, has now moved into the top 5 for the first time today. So Cindric up to 5th. It'd be +3 in this race for Kyle Busch, and currently, as the points leaders run, Busch is 8 points behind Austin Cindric currently as we run in this race. So he can get to the win. It's still going to be tough to get the points lead if Cindric finishes inside the top 10, but not impossible. And there's Cesar Baccarella. It's again in front of Busch into turn 2 here. Kyle going to outbrake him, easily get around him. "20 laps to go, this time by over a 1-minute lead now for Hemrick." Unbelievable. No caution so far in the race today, and everybody has pit once under green. We will still have to pit one more time. Indeed, Cole, that would definitely be very surprising if we did go caution-free today. We have not gone caution-free in an Xfinity Series race on this custom schedule season, or Cup race for that matter. But we have had 2 caution-free races in the Truck Series. One at Eldora. And another one, I believe, if I remember correctly, at Pocono. Could be wrong on Pocono. Yeah, CW2288. Again, I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I'm allowed to have a super chat, but I'm not eligible for super chat. Yep, so like, share, subscribe, help the channel grow. We got up above 500 subs mid last week. See what we can do this week. Taking it hour by hour, one day at a time. Gregson up to 3rd. And Briscoe is back to 4th, or sorry, back to 5th rather, so Cindric is now up to 4th place. Briscoe's dropped 2 spots in the last lap and a half. And Austin Cindric, this is as high as he has run today. Had a bad initial start after starting 7th. Not a preferred lane on the restart. You want to be on the outside. And that is what Kyle Busch needs to hold on to 2nd place for, because he will have the preferred lane on the restart if we get a caution and he can restart on the front row. So even though there is a 17.5 second lead, don't count Busch out of it yet. All we need is 1 caution. I mean, this is Hemrick's race to lose the way he has ran perfectly so far. Tires are not extremely worn out yet. And we are just a handful of laps away from seeing another pit stop here. 19 laps to go. Again, fuel run 17 to 18 laps. Busch was planning on short pitting here, but now that the damage is at hand, he almost needs to run this as far as he can, so he can have more of a chance with the fresher tires to the end of the race. Still a decent amount of drivers on the lead lap, I'd have to assume. Herbie Solomon, welcome to the stream. Was it Kentucky in the Truck Series? I know Eldora was definitely one of them. I was thinking it was Pocono, but I could be wrong on that. That might have been Heat 4 where Pocono went caution free. That might have been Heat 4. We do know 2 truck races have gone caution free. Left front tire getting close to being very worn out. Gotcha, thanks there, Cold. I'm checking that out. Noah Gragson has reeled Kyle Busch back in. Alex Labey has now cracked the top 5. Cindric still in 4th. Chase Briscoe out of the picture as far as the top 5 is concerned. Austin Cindric, points leader Cindric is right behind Noah Gragson as well, so we got a 3-car battle for 2nd place, about 75 seconds off the lead. I mean, you can just tell Hemrick is getting through the lap traffic so easily compared to everybody else. It's a good thing this track is 4 miles in length, because although he might put a lot of cars a lap down, it's going to be nowhere close to putting anybody in the top 10 a lap down. Busch doing a pretty decent job, though, fending off Gragson and Cindric, that is for sure. Oh boy, almost got back in the gas. Well, he did get back in the gas a little too soon, but it didn't really hurt him much. Longest straightaway of the racetrack. Look at the draft Gragson got, and now he looks low. Cindric looking even lower into turn 1. Tough to tell who really had the advantage there. They were all pretty equal through turn 1. Now into turn 2. As they all hugged the curbing there, everybody got through turn 2 perfectly. And Cindric moves past Gragson for 3rd. Here comes the points leader in the road course ringer in the Xfinity Series. Caution is out with 17 laps to go. Our first caution of the race was 17 to go. As Busch holds on to 2nd, 4 tires in, our final pit stop of the race will be coming up. Alright, give me one quick second here. We're going to get a trivia question as it looks like Kyle Busch won the race off of pit road. So give me one quick second. I got the question, I just don't have the answer quite yet. I don't like pausing the game. I'm really sorry for this. I was so worried about working on the PS2 earlier, I didn't get a question. Oh boy. Man, this is tough. I can't even find the answer. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, sorry about that. Jackson Thomas, Ethan Trendler, welcome to the stream. Yeah, sorry for that. I was trying to find the trivia question. I can't even find the answer to it. We'll come back to that later. We'll have 2 trivia questions later instead of just 1 to make up for this one. So, sorry for that. We need to get back to racing here. I really don't like pausing it, and I didn't come prepared with the trivia for this race today. Green flag back in the air. Austin Cindric's got the advantage, but Kyle Busch wins the race off of pit road. Hemrick lost 4 spots, or 3 spots rather, on pit road. Busch a little wide, and look at Daniel Hemrick. Long is up to second as Busch takes the lead through the first 2 turns. Just 14 laps to go when we went green. Or sorry, 13 to go rather when we went green. Who can hold on to the finish? Cindric in third. Road course ringer himself. Hasn't had this kind of track position all race long. Got the restart on the front row, but Hemrick could not believe he made that 3-wide pass into turn 1. Kyle went a little wide, and luckily they were 3 wide behind him. He was able to hold on to the lead, but with a damaged race car, he needs to hit his marks perfectly if he's going to want to win today. Just 1 caution all day long, and it came with 17 to go. Mari P, welcome to the stream. Hemrick is going to be tough to hold off. And Cindric needs to get around Hemrick as quick as he can. Top 3, all bumper to bumper. Kyle pulled him slightly there. Really good set of corners there by Kyle. 12 to go this time by at Road America. Hemrick and Cindric are there into turn 1. Busch cannot overdrive a corner. Cindric looks, can't quite get alongside of Hemrick. Busch has a slower car, but he's going to be tough to pass having the clean air. That fast pit stop to beat Hemrick off of pit road was huge. I'm very surprised Hemrick lost a couple spots there. Cindric, side by side for second. Can he get around Hemrick? On the outside into turn 3, they had to check up because they were side by side. That is a very tough corner to go side by side in. Should say a tough set of corners. But Cindric is staying right along with him. And now Cindric will have the advantage into turn 5, but no, Hemrick fends him off. And now Gregson side by side with Cindric for third back there. Well, that saved Kyle Busch a little bit of time, but not a whole lot, because here comes Daniel Hemrick, and he gets there. Off of turn number 7, it looked like Kyle Busch just went a little too wide as he tried to hang on, and here comes the points leader, Austin Cindric. He's going to get by Busch for second. Busch has lost the clean air and is held to try to hold on for dear life. Can Cindric run down Daniel Hemrick to win yet another race this season? Busch got a great run there. Kyle's not giving up. Cindric with a protective line into that final turn of the racetrack. Top 2 in the points, running second and third, with Cindric being the points leader. He's up to second for the first time today. And here comes Briscoe, who hasn't been in the top 5 for a while. He's up to fourth, and he'll be looking shortly on third place on Kyle Busch. Will we stay green to the end? 11 to go. Busch goes a little wide through turn 1. He hangs on to third. Barely. And here comes Alex LeVay now looking for fourth. To the outside of Briscoe into turn number 2. That is a tough pass to make on the outside on any turn around this racetrack, but he did it. Alex LeVay up to fourth. Busch pulls on the block now. Look at that train of cars from third on back. And Kyle's got nothing for the top 5 at least with a heavily damaged race car. And all it took was one little mistake to allow both of those guys on by. And that wasn't even a mistake there. LeVay just beat him back to the gas. He goes for third. Busch trying to side draft him. This could get tight. Nobody wants to give for third. A little bump. LeVay used a little bit of that door to try and get by Busch, but Busch sends it into the next corner and clears LeVay right back. How did he fend him off there? With a severely damaged car, Kyle Busch holds on to third. Ten to go. Will we get a second caution in the race today? That's what Kyle's hoping for. That's his only shot. He almost ran a little wide into turn number 2. He ended up actually hitting his marks pretty well, believe it or not. Now, we're not going to crash anybody to bring the caution out. That's not what we do on the channel. Gotta try to let this play out realistically here. LeVay stalking Busch, but Busch trying to hold on for every position he can get. Because Cindric is beating him by one position right now. And he can't afford to lose a handful of points today. Seems like right when Busch starts to get somewhat close, he starts to lose on these guys. So he uses that excess pavement off of the exit of that corner, and it worked out perfectly. Thanks, Amari. And here comes LeBay again. Now, last lap he got alongside Kyle Busch. Couldn't get around him. This is going to get tight. Through the hairpin bushes in the wall, and he loses a couple more spots. They could not go side by side through that corner, and they tried anyway, and Busch pushed it a little too hard instead of giving... You've got to be kidding me. And things go from bad to worse. The disasters. Kyle Busch has fallen back to 17th. My controller disconnected on me. Are you serious, man? Gotta be joking. Kyle currently runs 18th. As he was desperately trying to hold on for 6th place at the time. 9 to go this time. And that's going to take any sort of shot Kyle Busch has of winning this race out the window. Because even if we get a caution, at this point, Kyle Busch is not going to be able to gain those spots all the way back. What looked like it was a decent day today at Road America for Kyle Busch. Things have just gone bad in a hurry. And now just trying to run this race to the end. If he does get a caution, it does create an opportunity for him to get a few more spots. So a caution is still worth hoping for Kyle Busch. But as far as trying to win the race goes, he might need a couple of them. And he's going to have to nail the restart every time just to gain track position. A race Kyle Busch had to have with Austin Cindric running in 2nd place currently, but that's not going to happen, and Kyle is going to lose more points after coming within 11 points of the points lead into today. 14 races to go in the regular season after this one. There is still time, but now the good news is, with being this far back in the pack, if we did get a caution, Kyle Busch could hit pit road and only risk losing 1 spot. I'm sure he'd like to be on that outside lane on the restart in an even number position. So he'll try to pan it out as best as he can to get to that point. Yeah, that was my own fault too. So when I was in qualifying, my battery was low. It alerted me it was low in qualifying with like a couple minutes left, and I should have at the start of the race, or before the start of the race, switched my controller, and I didn't. I just completely forgot to, and then obviously we couldn't make it through a full race. We got close. I mean, we got the 9 laps to go before it actually died on me, so I'm surprised they even went that far in the grand scheme of things. Could have been avoided, but The trouble is just piled on for Kyle Busch here today. If we do finish this race with just one caution, it will be the least amount of cautions we've had in a single Xfinity race all season. Even if we were to get one more, that would still break that record in the Xfinity series. Least amount of cautions we have had in a race this year. We had 3 cautions in 3 separate races this season. We'll have to wait and see if we can even get to 3 of them here today. So by the time this race comes to an end, we'll have 6 laps to go this time by. So by the time this race ends, we're supposed to start Thunder 05 at 5 o'clock today. Thunder 04 at 5 o'clock today. So we'll see. Because again, I really need to test it out and figure out how I'm going to stream this. It's going to be really tough. Given the situation at hand here today, though, if Kyle Busch gets a caution, you can guarantee he's going to be very aggressive. Not sure how much that's necessarily going to work as far as trying to gain positions, but he needs to, or he's going to lose double digits in points to Cindric, whether Cindric wins or not. That is very true. When the controller disconnected, the sand slowed me down so much that I didn't even hit the wall. I just went in there and I was trying to turn and I was like, oh no, controller died. There are no cars around Kyle Busch at all, nor will there be to the end of this one. He's not going to go a lap down. He's still over a minute ahead of the leaders. Well over a minute. Closer to a minute. 10 seconds or so ahead of the leaders, so Kyle won't have to worry about going a lap down at all. And they shouldn't catch lap traffic by the end of the race because we went green with 13 to go. Luckily, Hemrick had that big lead at the beginning of the race. And it looked like for a second his chances of winning went out the window after that slow pit stop. Remember, he had a slow stop on the green flag stop, but he had 12 seconds of time to give up, and he gave up about 2.5 seconds of it. 5 laps to go at the line. Daniel Hemrick is likely the race leader. Last we knew, he had about a 2-second lead on Cindric. With the clean air, he's going to be tough to pass. Cindric wasn't really gaining on him. They were staying equal some laps. Some laps, Hemrick was slightly gapping him. But if Daniel Hemrick can hold off on Austin Cindric, that would be his first win of the season. And we'd have 7 different winners on the year. But if Cindric gets the win, it'll be his 3rd win of the young season. Cindric looking like a guy to beat for the championship here early on in this season. Currently the points leader and has been the points leader since the 2nd race. This is race number 12. It's unbelievable what he's had to do. If I remember correctly, I believe Texas is the next Xfinity Series race on this custom schedule season. So we go back to another 1.5 miles this season. It's been hit or miss success for Kyle Busch. He does have 1 win on a 1.5 mile track this year. Seems like he's either winning or he's finishing outside the top 10 on the 1.5 miles, but that's just kind of been the story of the season for Kyle Busch. Very few top 10s in races he has not won. There's just no consistency. Four to go. So again, for those of you just tuning in, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Got these full race live streams on the daily with a realistic broadcast. Tough break for Kyle Busch here today, though, at Road America. Things started off all right. Qualified 2nd. Led the first 13 laps of the race. Hemrick then took the lead. Cycled through green flag pit stops. First and only caution we've had so far today came out with 17 laps to go. Busch was holding on for every spot he could. He was back in 6th place at the time that my controller disconnected and died on me because I forgot to switch controllers from qualifying to from qualifying to the race, and that has left Kyle Busch sitting in 18th currently. But we have realistic broadcasts with these full race live streams on the daily. Joshua White, welcome to the stream. So yeah, the next stream is supposed to be NASCAR Thunder 04 again. We were supposed to start that at 5 o'clock today. I really need to try to figure out a way to stream it. I have an idea of how I'm going to do it. I just don't know how I'm going to actually execute the plan. So hopefully we can get it today. Worst case scenario, we start tomorrow, which if we start tomorrow, then we just wouldn't have a day off. We'd probably just end up running the Bud Shootout as planned. And then we would end up running the duel and the 500 on Sunday. I'm not available to do Thunder 04 on Saturday, but do I have a capture card? I don't. No. I will run to a local Best Buy to gather the things I need. Again, I couldn't do it Monday through Wednesday because I was at work. And by the time I get off, for one, I got to get home and stream. For two, Best Buy's closed as it is. So I'll call. I'll, try to figure it out myself. But yeah, we're going to have to figure something out here. But worst case scenario, if this is the first and only stream today, again, we will for sure end up having, I guarantee I will have a live stream of it tomorrow, without a doubt. Two and a half laps to go at this point. Once the leader takes the white flag, the next flag will end the race, whether it is a yellow or a checker. Kyle Busch hoping that caution comes out beforehand so he can at least gain a few spots before the end of the race. Well over a minute off the lead. And as we speak, the leaders are already at the 2 to go mark. Well, can they get to the white flag? They have another minute and a half or so left to get to the white flag. If a caution does come out, we do go to overtime. Had an overtime finish in the truck race at Michigan on our channel yesterday. So 2 to go for Busch. Junior Car 17, welcome to the stream. More than 80 seconds off the race lead, so just over a minute, 20 seconds off the lead for Busch. And a quiet final 8 laps of this race for himself. And has ran by himself for these final 8 laps. Rough start to the season for Busch on the road courses. We'll be at Watkins Glen in a few races, but again, I believe the next race of the season is at Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Kyle Busch will look for redemption there, and then obviously with Watkins Glen being the next road course race, he's going to look for redemption there. Cindric is going to gain a lot of points on him after today, and this will likely drop Kyle Busch back in the standings. I highly doubt he's going to be able to still be second at the end of this race. Came in just 11 points off the lead. Yep, Cup Series playoffs next Sunday, Darlington. I'll be there in person. So I'm not sure exactly what the stream schedule is going to look like next week. Definitely end up having a couple days off of streaming in there on the weekend. I'm supposed to leave on Friday, either late Thursday or Friday afternoon. Leaning towards late Thursday, like Thursday afternoon, but if so, I would still stream before I left earlier in the day. So the white flag is out. Final lap of the race is upon us. And we're going to finish this race with 1 caution, assuming they make it back to the checker flag up there, as they battle for every last position they can. Last we knew of, Daniel Hemrick was the race leader, and likely still will be the race leader at the checker flag. He was the guy to beat all day. He started on the pole and he led the most laps. And for Kyle Busch's sake, he doesn't need Cindric to win another race. There's a 5-point difference between first and second, then 1 point per position, every position on back after that. So Cindric gets the win. That's 5 more points he's going to gain on Busch on top of what he's already gained if he finished second. About a half a lap to go. So the leaders have already taken the checkered flag as Busch tries to finish his final lap of the race. Poigson, welcome to the stream. I do like this road course. It's a fantastic road course. If our controller didn't disconnect on us, we wouldn't have won the race, but we would have had a good shot at finishing inside the top 10. My controller died. It was my fault for not changing the controllers I was using from qualifying to the race, and we made it to 9 laps to go in the race, running 6th, and went loose on us. But off the final corner, down the longest straightaway of the racetrack, uphill to the start-finish line, Kyle Busch will bring it home in 18th here today at Road America. As we check the race results to see who got the win, a quiet finish to the race for Busch back in 18th nonetheless. Hemrick ran the fastest lap of the race with a 2-minute, 7-second, .426 second lap. He led 31 of the 45 laps today. And your race winner was Daniel Hemrick, as he had about a 2-second victory over Austin Cindric. So Daniel Hemrick gets his first win of the season, and this will be Hemrick's shot at the playoffs. Just like that, we have 7 different winners, so just 5 spots still open. Austin Cindric brings it home in second, adding on to his stellar season as the points leader coming in. He'll gain on that exiting today's race. Alex Labbe finishes in third. Chase Briscoe fourth. Noah Gragson rounds out the top 5. Allgaier 6th. Chastain 7th. Clements 8th. Harrison Burton 9th. And Justin Haley rounds out the top 10. 92 minutes total time on the race today. That sets up for an hour 32 minutes of total time. And not only that, we had a lot of drivers finish on the lead lap. 20 of them finished on the lead lap today. And nobody DNF'd in today's race. That might be the first time in Heat 5 history nobody's DNF'd in a full race live stream. But nevertheless, we have gotten to the finish here today. That's going to do it for this one. Again, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Also, again, we're going to shoot for Thunder 04 here today. If we can't, we will try to get it on the channel tomorrow. I'm going to do my damnedest as soon as we get done out of here in a couple seconds. So be on the lookout for that one. No set start time, simply because I need to see if I can get this running, if we could stream it. Because honestly, if I can't stream it, I'm probably not going to do it until I can stream it. It's the whole point of the realistic broadcast with the channel, and you guys enjoy that too. So again, that's going to do it here for this one. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one.